My name is Robin. I got this inspiration from my friend Tuhin to go live on how our cooking is. So today I'm trying to make mutton curry. So I'm just quickly going to show you the ingredients of that. Okay, so I tried my best to change my camera angle, but I'm not able to do it. So I'm going to show you like this. So it's 2 bay leaves, cinnamon, cardamom, mutton masala. This is homemade, turmeric powder, small onion, called sambar onion, or we call it small onion, mutton, and tomato. I'm not sure if you are able to see it, but this is tomato. I've cut it, I've actually sliced it, a small portion of mutton. So quantity is like almost 500 grams, a pan and some oil. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be a simple process, but before that I'm going to take some water. I'm going to take some water in my water. So I'm heating the pan, slow and medium flame. I'm new to it, so you have to bear with me. Pour some oil in it. Why am I doing it in cooker? Because mutton takes time to cook, so it's better to do it in a pressure cooker rather than in a kadai. If you're making a curry, it's good to do that. And of course, my dear friend, the napkin. I have a phobia of napkins. Not phobia, but I have this thing that I need to keep rubbing my hand. So I don't know what phobia it is. So anyone of you knows what that phobia is, you can always let me know. Okay, so I'm waiting for the onion or the oil to get warm. So why I did this is just to inspire others to cook. I am not that a good cook, but one thing which I learned is cooking helps me to remove my negative energy, and it helps me to relax a bit with this situation right now around us, where we are all confined to our rooms and stuff. It's better to have some positive energy, keep your mind diverted. And the other reason is that I need to eat, right? So, and my wife is currently busy right now. She's working from home, and so I need to give some helping hand to her, so give support to her. Okay, so I'm actually just playing with the onions till time the oil gets heated. Okay, the oil is warm now. 2 bay leaves, cinnamon, cardamom. I forgot something. Hey, let's not see it. Okay. Let there be light. So now that is done, I'm putting the onions. I put the onions whole. It doesn't matter how you do it. And I'm just going to be sauteing them. It's better that you cut it and put it, but since I forgot to do that, I'm just putting it as whole. Now that I've put it in the oil, I will not be able to remove it. I'm putting some salt with the onions. What it does is it helps it to caramelize quickly. The oxidation process in the onion, it becomes fast, and the onion gets golden brown slowly. I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to come back, let the onions be a little golden brown, then I'll come back. One more thing which I forgot to mention is ginger garlic paste. This is store bought, so you can make it at home if you prefer, or you can take the store bought one. So since I smashed my onions, it will go quick, a little faster, because I put them whole and I didn't cut them. So I'm just smashing them so that it becomes a little golden brown quickly. You can always cut them and put it. You can see the onion is slightly getting brown, still a long way to go, but yeah, just want to show you that put adequate amount of oil so that the onion doesn't get stuck to the bottom. Put on as much possible, but if you are health conscious, I would suggest that you put little oil, because the mutton itself is fat, and especially if you're cooking red meat, it's advisable to put little oil, just little amount of oil, so that the mutton also oozes out a lot of fat and a lot of oil in that. So be very cautious about how you're doing. But the other aspect also is that you need to be very careful that the onion doesn't get stuck to the bottom, or it doesn't get, you know, like this, what is happening there. It doesn't get stuck. So you need to keep turning and keep turning the spatula so that the onion doesn't get stuck to the bottom. You can see it's almost starting to get brown. We'll give it some more time, a couple of minutes. By the time it should be done, just maybe 2 more minutes if you keep it like that. Because if you see that, multiple onions have become brown, but still we'll let it be there for at least 2 more minutes. Then we'll add the next ingredient. The next ingredient is going to be turmeric, ginger garlic paste, and the masala. So we'll wait for this to get a little brown. 2 more minutes. So my younger one just came, and this is what happened. So I spent 2 minutes away from the stove, and boom, it all started to get a little messy. But now it's under control. I actually lowered the flame. It's always good to lower the flame and cook if you are new to cooking. It's always good. It might take some time. It will take a lot of time, but still it is always advisable that you cook on a lower flame. Okay, so I feel that this is almost good to go to add the next ingredient. So as I said, ginger garlic paste next. So here you go. I need to cut it a little so that it's always good. Okay. Just to be safe. Remember, you don't have too much of time in your hand, because the masalas, if they get burnt, then that's it. 3, 2, take over. So I put ginger garlic paste, then turmeric, a bit of turmeric. Okay. We saute it for a few minutes. And then we add the masala, the curry masala, the mutton masala. Take a spoon, mutton masala. This is again ready-made masala, so we made it at home. Let me rephrase that. It's a homemade masala, but it's not fresh. You can always make your masalas fresh. It's up to you. Since we made it already, so I didn't want to put a lot of time, a lot of effort in that. It's already like 1:20 here, and it's time for lunch, so I didn't want to waste time making the masala. Maybe one more video I'll do to show you how the masala is done, or how the masala is made. So I'll let this masala simmer a little, the raw flavor of the masala to go, and then I'll add the tomatoes in it. Again, as I said, so I have a couple of things which I need in my kitchen. So one is my towel, and the other one is that I don't like things getting stuck to my spatula, so I keep beating the spatula on the rim of the cooker or any vessel, so I can still smell the raw flavor. So I'll keep it like that. Make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom. It's always good that it doesn't stick to the bottom. As I said, my younger one came, so I was fiddling with him, and boom, some part of it has got stuck. So I think it's almost done. Now we can add the tomato. In mutton preparation, usually we don't add tomatoes, because what happens is mutton gets hard quickly. But since we are doing it in the pressure cooker, since we are doing it in the cooker, and we are going to make the tomato to get smashed completely, and in the cooker itself, it's going to get smashed, and it's going to cook with the mutton. So I don't think it's going to make any much difference. But if you're cooking it in a curry format, or if you're cooking it in a pan, it's always advisable to use less tomatoes. And the other thing which you notice is even though my masalas were getting stuck to the bottom and it was kind of getting burnt, but I didn't add water because it's always advisable that when you're adding tomato, the tomato will ooze out some water. So by that time, when it oozes out the water, it will automatically clear out the burnt effect of that. I'll just quickly show you how it looks. So this is how it is looking like. So sorry, yeah. So it is how this looks like. I let the tomatoes. So these were 3 tomatoes, small ones, and the onions were like because it's shallots. So I put them like 20 shallots, 15 to 20 shallots, small ones. I'm going to dispose of these things. Again, I have to cook, so I have to cook and I have to clean the utensils. So it's always good that I make them wet so that the utensils don't get dried up and it becomes a little tough for me to cook. Okay, it becomes tough for me to clean. I might be going off frame and not coming back into the frame. As I said, I'm new to this. This is my first video ever. So you have to bear with me. Maybe as the time goes, as the lockdown goes, as the progress happens, I might get a little expert in this. And I still have my redness in my eye, see? It's not because of burning or something, it's because of my daughter. And with the current situation of lockdown, we are not able to go out anywhere. So the tomatoes are getting smashed. I still have it on the low flame. I can increase the flame a bit. And the other thing is, this is my stand. This is the stand. I'm putting it in the grooves here. So your angles and everything might be different, but yeah, you have to bear with me for. I think this is just for trial. Okay, back here. Tomatoes are almost smashed. I'll give it a few more minutes. Few chunks of tomatoes are still there. So I'm going to give it some more minutes. And as I said, I have this thing of beating the rim of the cooker so that the masala doesn't get stuck to the spatula. Yeah, looks good. A few more minutes, 1 or 2 more minutes, and then I think we can proceed. Have things ready. 2 more minutes maybe. It's almost done. The chunks are almost gone. Still, I just want to give it 2 more minutes. By the meanwhile, I'll drain out the excess water or something. Then make sure that the mutton is in the room temperature so that it doesn't get too heavy or too hard. It's always advisable that you keep it in the room temperature. That's something which we will go for. So I see that the tomatoes are almost smashed out. I'll just quickly show you how it looks like. So the tomatoes are almost smashed. So I'm going to add the mutton now in this. This is, as I said, this is half kg of the mutton. Okay, mutton is added. What happened for me was as you know, this is lockdown period, so mutton and all, I got it a couple of days back itself, so it's in the freezer. It was in the freezer. So I'm mixing the mutton with the masala. The masala and the mutton have to be mixed very well. It gives a good taste and good aroma. The masala goes inside the meat. Few people, what they tend to do is they cook the mutton separately and then they add it in the masala. That's also okay, but then the masala doesn't get stuck to the to the mutton because it's already cooked. So I prefer it this way, where you can add the masala and mix the masala with the mutton and then cook it. So that's the masala and everything is sorted. Now comes the tricky part, to add water. It depends on person to person. I have this measuring cup. This is 1 cup. But if you want more gravy, if you feel that you need the gravy to last for at least 2 to 3 days, because what happens is usually we make fresh, but now with lockdown and everything, we're not sure how long we survive with this thing. So my wife instructed me that at least make sure that the gravy is there for 1 or 2 days, maybe till tomorrow afternoon we can survive. So I'm going to add 1 cup and 2 cups. So that's roughly half a liter. 2 cups. If you don't have a measuring cup, you can always measure with something which you feel comfortable with. So mine is 2 cups right now. I'm not a professional cooker. This is just for fun. We bought. So with the water and everything, yeah, you might be hearing again and again the tuck tuck noise. That's me doing the removal of the masala from the spatula. Okay, now we lock it. The mutton goes into lockdown. So mutton is locked. We need the weight, the proper weight. So this is important. Put it locked and sealed. So we will give it 30 minutes. So it's 1:30. So by 2 o'clock, slow flame, so that the mutton gets cooked very well. And 6 to 7 whistles maybe. We'll come back up, guys. So the video is almost done. We have 4 whistles. Slow flame. Hopefully this will come out good. I'm still trying to find out how I can turn my camera while it is on flame, and hopefully we'll wait. The whistle steam still there, so hopefully it would have been cooked. I kept it for, I said 30 minutes, it's 40 minutes now, and we're waiting for it. The whistles were like 4 whistles, 4 to 5 whistles. We'll see how it works out. This is from a different cooker. That's for the kids. That's the rice. So now it's done. It smells delicious. Looks good. You can see the oil has oozed out and come out. It smells good, really good. We'll just mix it once. As I said, the water is up to you, how you want it, to check whether the taste and everything is good. Masala is all good. See, the tomatoes have gone completely. I have not added a lot of spice in it because we are less into spices. It looks okay for the quarantine moment. Bye bye, take care.